What's up, everybody? Welcome back again for some Loudthumbs news with Nick. And I am Nick. So let's go over some news. Here we go again. I'm just going to play it by ear. Try and do these here daily. And I'm back here on a Monday, so I'm going to try and make this my first full week if possible. But I'm not going to make any promises. Anyway, we're still fresh, still new. Here we go. The big news this week, we got about 4 stories we're going to go over today, by the way. But the big news that just happened that I kind of missed, Tetris has been beaten. It's quite interesting. The first ever kill screen has been found for Tetris by a 13-year-old kid. So, kid beats Tetris. Long believed impossible myth. The magical feat took place on December 21st and apparently shocked even the player. Wilson Gibson was his name. Willis Gibson. He reached level 157 and launched the heretofore unseen kills. Oh, I think that's a typo. Heretofore, maybe unseen. Okay, either way. Never before seen kill screen where the game crashes and there's nothing left to play. And he quotes, "Oh my God, I'm going to pass out." I mean, it's a valid response for a 13-year-old who just did something that the world has never seen before. But the impossible has become possible, it looks like. So that's pretty exciting. That's pretty cool for him. A lot of news outlets picked this up. Clearly, I'm talking about it as well. But yeah, I was happy for the dude. It's pretty cool. He did a pretty neat thing that a lot of people didn't think was actually possible. Even the developer went on and said congrats and didn't expect that to ever happen, I guess, period. So that's a lot of levels of Tetris. I couldn't tell you how high I've ever gotten. Not very far. Maybe in the 40s or something. That's far enough. So let's move on. We're going to talk a bit about this big whiny baby. Not quite a 13-year-old, but he's definitely a baby. Mr. Bobby Kotick. Former Activision exec accuses company of discriminating against old white guys. And this news is coming from VGC. It says publisher Activision Blizzard has been accused of discriminating against old white guys by former executive. As reported by Law 360, a lawsuit was filed by a former executive who worked for the publishing giant in 2014. The unnamed executive was laid off as part of the restructuring plans within the company last year. The argument includes statements allegedly made by outgoing Activision Blizzard's boss, Bobby Kotick, during the leadership conference, wherein he said that there are too many old white guys at the company. Elsewhere in the suit, it alleges that following these comments, 2 executives at the company departed, citing Kotick's ageist comments. When leaving the company, one of the execs recommended to the plaintiff as their replacement. However, the suits alleged that the plaintiff was overlooked in favor for a younger man. The lawsuit also alleges that the woman in the plaintiff's department filed a complaint with Human Resources, citing her own experiences with the company's alleged discrimination, actions based on age. Plaintiffs accused Activision of failing to protect the plaintiff from the discrimination. Plaintiff asked for checks and balances and made clear. Obviously, we see where this is going. Plaintiff is seeking damages to make up for the loss of their earnings and compensate for the negative impact in the career advancement, as well as reparations and reputational damage, emotional distress, wrongful termination, legal costs. When asked for comment, GameIndustry.biz, the company referred the publication to its equal employment opportunity policy. So, I mean, it's just another thing that Kotick could be pointed at again for being a problem. There's so many problems with this guy. If you watched our podcast last week when we wrapped up the news from December, this was a big one. I mean, this guy has major problems in this company. Why he is still... he's a millionaire. People like him don't deserve to have any sort of limelight shined on them. I'm hopefully taking my platform here to say, hey, ignore this guy. Look at all the things he's doing. People should never work for him again. This guy's going to end up a CEO to another company. Just wait and see. But it's just like people, humans, whatever, have a hard time learning these lessons, and they need to just stop. Stop. Move on. Get away from these toxic situations, these toxic people, toxic bosses. And I think it's terrible because of your age that you're not allowed to be successful. I totally get where they're coming from in this, because you are good at what you do. And I'm not getting any older. All of us aren't. So you're good at what you do. Let them be good at what they do. And who cares as long as they do a good job? And you got to be able to give these people a chance. And that's just a huge problem in a lot of the industries in our world. Not just gaming, but just in literally on Earth. When you get into big money, corporations just quit thinking and they could care less. So it's very, very poor to continue to see this kind of stuff coming from, all these huge companies. So let's see. Hopefully we can get him out of the news eventually and start seeing more positive stuff coming from Activision and Blizzard and all the people working for them. Next, we're going to talk about Steam broke its concurrent user record. This literally went live like just a few minutes ago, right before I started recording. So I'm going to read this one, not knowing a whole lot of what's going on here, but this is going to be pretty cool. So Steam broke its concurrent user record over the weekend. This is also coming from VGC. As noted by analytics, SteamDB, Valve's service, reached an all-time high of 33,675,229 online users at 2 p.m. UTC on January 7th. Steam first passed 30 billion concurrent users during a weekend in mid-October of 2022, and its previous peak was 33,598,520 users. That came back in March of 2023. So they beat that by another like 77,000. And it says when it set its latest record for concurrent users this weekend, 10,653,243 players were in game. 10 million people gaming on Steam, guys. That's amazing. The concurrent user stat is one of the most often cited in reports because it's the higher number, but this also includes users who are signed into Steam but aren't playing anything and just have the client software running in the background. The concurrent in-game player stat, on the other hand, denotes how many people are actually actively playing a game at the same time. Steam reached 10 million concurrent in-game players for the first time in January 2023. First time. 10 million people gaming all at the same time. That is absolutely amazing. Super cool. Super awesome. A record of 14,535 games were released in Steam in 2023, up roughly 2,000 from the previous year's count. According to SteamDB, so far this year, 256 games have been released on the digital distribution platform. Steam is huge. I have my Steam Deck. I just got my Steam Deck at launch, so I've only had it here. Oh, has it been? I think it's been just a little over a year now I've had it. I think I got it in July of 22. So I was not a big Steam person before that. There's definitely and I feel like that Steam Deck has done that. This article directly points to Steam Deck in my eyes, that look at how big that thing has become. And I love mine. I play mine as consistently as I can. I literally for Christmas just bought a charger for the bed, and it's now in my bedroom. So before bed, if I want, I just unplug that baby and ready to go. Got me a nice little $5 cheapy like connector stand on it that mounts to it and just it's ready to go. And then I can bring it right on in here and play on the dock as well. I've bought more games on Steam in the last year than I probably have for any other system. And that's no lie. That is no lie. There are so many great deals. There's so many cool games. A lot of them are just becoming Steam Deck verified, and you're able to pick them up for little to nothing. And when you have the Steam Deck like a Switch and it's just convenient, why not? Take it on a road trip, whatever. But this is actually talking about them people being online as well. So they're at home doing that. So who knows how many of them were out playing the Steam Deck not logged in, right? That were just kind of walking around. So that number, I think, is still a little skewed, and I feel like it's still a little higher than what they're showing here. Just because I don't think they have the metrics and the ability to read the ones who are not playing online. They may be in an active session that's away from home. And that's awesome. They could fix that with a Steam Deck with some cellular signal built in or something like that in the future, I guess. But super cool. That's pretty awesome news. Just getting to read that one fresh there. That's kind of where my brain is leaning on that situation. Let's get on to our last article here. Article number 4. Baldurs Gate 3 director says he's worked out the first act of his next project. I mean, we're talking about the big dog there. We're talking about Game of the Year 2023, Baldurs Gate 3. So this is pretty huge news. Larian Studios CEO Swen Venk, I'm going to butcher his name, but his name is Swen, says he's made significant progress drafting the first act of an upcoming project. Baldur's Gate 3 director shared the news in an upcoming update on X, formerly Twitter. But he told his fans not to expect an official announcement about the title in the near future. Been a great morning after 4 months of this. Pardon me. This is a quote from him as well. Been a great morning after 4 months of rewriting and abandoning ideas and revisiting them. Finally figured out what Act 1 on this thing I've been working on needs to be. While he says he's yet to share this work with anyone else, he's really happy with it and expects others to like it too. Quote me when it's revealed to see how much of today's draft survives. I suspect a lot. That's pretty awesome. So he shared the news, maybe prematurely, but it's still pretty cool that he shared the news, and they're doing something big. I don't think they do anything small, at least him. Like, he just doesn't seem to have like a small character. If you saw what he's wearing at the Game Awards, if you watch, he's wearing like a knight's suit, at least the top half of it, and that was quite hysterical. To brave man too. He sat in that thing for like 3.5 hours, but he got Game of the Year. His team did amazing, and what a cool game. Not super deep into it yet. I plan to go deeper into it, just have not got there yet. But the plan is to dive in on the PlayStation 5 now. Talking about the Steam Deck earlier, the Steam Deck is a little bit rough on Baldur's Gate 3 trying to play co-op. So we're jumping ship. Hopefully I can take my save with me to the PS5 and continue just grinding away. So we'll be talking about that a little bit more as well as time goes by. But I think that is going to be it for News with Nick today. I am going to really try to come back again tomorrow and do that. I do have some other things that I have to worry about tomorrow. So I might not see you tomorrow, but I'm going to try and see you at least 3 more days this week. So we'll make it 4 out of 5. That's going to be my plan. Now Friday, everybody, be ready. You're watching now, you're watching live, you're watching this before Friday. Friday is our podcast. So the podcast days, there will not be the daily news like this. I'll probably do a little touch up on news for everybody out there watching. On the podcast, we'll be able to focus and mention anything, current. But this Friday, tune in, because we're going to be doing our review this Friday. It's going to be on Evil West, which is now available on PlayStation Plus. So you can get that out there on your subscription at no additional charge, which is super cool. A couple hours in, going to hold my thoughts as of right now until Friday. So hopefully more of you guys will join us in the chat live Friday on Twitch and YouTube, which is where we are right now, streaming this live. So follow us, like us, subscribe to us, because we want to see you guys in our podcast as well, because that's not just me. But if you guys like these news episodes, hit me some comments below, like, subscribe. Tell me if you don't like them, dislike it down there as well. I want to do anything I can for all you guys out there, and this is just a lot of fun for me. Catching up with news. I love reading news. I love getting it like fresh, minutes before I get in here. This is super nice. I like it. It's awesome. Talk news with all of you guys out there and get it all out of my brain and keep me happy and make some cool content and just share all the news that I think is worthy to all of you out there and get the conversation started. So that is it for this News with Nick, and we'll catch you on the next one.